Have you ever felt like your prayers are just going through the motions? You're asking God for things but not really expecting a response. Perhaps you've even wondered if prayer is just something we do out of habit or obligation. If so, you might want to revisit the Prayer of Jabez, found in 1 Chronicles 4:9-10. This short yet powerful passage has captivated the hearts of many believers and non-believers alike. Its themes of faith, trust, and humility are timeless, speaking directly to our deep-seated desires for a more meaningful relationship with God. As we explore this remarkable prayer together, you'll discover why it's still widely discussed and studied today. We'll break down the key elements that make it so effective in awakening our faith and deepening our connection with the divine. Prayer can be a mysterious and complex topic, especially when it comes to asking God for specific things. But what if we told you there's a way to approach prayer that combines boldness with humility? A way that acknowledges our limitations while still daring to dream big? In this article, we'll delve into the world of Prayer of Jabez, uncovering its secrets and revealing how it can transform your relationship with God. So, let's embark on this journey together and discover the transformative power of prayer in action. Biblical context and key passages. The concept of not being afraid is woven throughout Scripture, with numerous passages encouraging believers to trust in God's presence and provision. One such passage is found in Isaiah 41:10, where the Lord reassures us that fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. In this verse, we see a fundamental principle of prayer at work, recognizing our limitations and acknowledging God's sovereignty. By doing so, we can approach Him with confidence rather than fear or anxiety. This mindset is precisely what we find in the Prayer of Jabez, where the biblical figure asks God to expand his territory, 1 Chronicles 4:9-10. This request may seem audacious at first glance, but it's actually rooted in a deep sense of trust and dependence on God. Jabez isn't asking for something without considering its implications or consequences. Rather, he's seeking God's guidance and empowerment to fulfill his purposes. As we examine the Prayer of Jabez, we'll discover how it embodies the same spirit of trust and boldness. By studying this passage alongside other key verses that address fear and faith, we can gain a deeper understanding of what it means to pray with confidence and humility. Psalm 23:4. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Meaning and key themes. The Prayer of Jabez is more than just a request for expansion. It's an expression of faith in God's goodness and power. By asking to expand his territory, Jabez is essentially saying, I trust that you have a plan for my life, and I want to be a part of it. This theme of trust is woven throughout the prayer, as Jabez acknowledges God's presence and provision in his life. He's not asking for something without considering its implications or consequences. Rather, he's seeking God's guidance and empowerment to fulfill his purposes. In essence, the Prayer of Jabez is a model for prayer that combines boldness with humility. It shows us how to approach God with confidence, yet still acknowledge our limitations and dependence on Him. Key elements of this prayer, trust, faith, and humility, are timeless principles that can be applied to any situation. Whether we're facing challenges or seeking guidance, the Prayer of Jabez offers a powerful reminder of God's presence and provision in our lives. One of the most significant aspects of this prayer is its emphasis on expansion. Not just physical expansion, but spiritual growth as well. Jabez isn't just asking for more territory. He's seeking to expand his relationship with God and live a life that honors Him. The concept of expansion in the Prayer of Jabez is closely tied to the idea of stewardship. By trusting God with our lives, we're able to use our talents and resources for His glory. This theme of expansion also speaks to the idea of being a blessing to others. When we trust in God's goodness and power, we become instruments of His love and kindness in the world. Practical application today. So, how can we apply the principles of the Prayer of Jabez to our own lives? One way is to approach prayer with a sense of confidence and trust. Rather than simply going through the motions, we can ask God for specific things while acknowledging our dependence on Him. This mindset shift can be a game changer in our prayer lives. By trusting that God has a plan for us and seeking His guidance and empowerment, we can experience a deeper sense of connection with Him. Another practical application of the Prayer of Jabez is to focus on spiritual growth rather than just physical expansion. We can ask God to help us expand our knowledge of Him, deepen our relationship with Him, and live out His purposes in our lives. Ultimately, the Prayer of Jabez reminds us that prayer is not just about asking for things. It's about building a relationship with God that's characterized by trust, faith, and humility. By embracing this mindset, we can experience a more vibrant and fulfilling walk with Him. Conclusion: as we've explored the Prayer of Jabez, it's clear that its timeless principles, trust, faith, and humility, are just as relevant today as they were in ancient times. By combining boldness with dependence on God, we can approach prayer with confidence, yet still acknowledge our limitations. The Prayer of Jabez offers a powerful reminder that prayer is not just about asking for things. It's about building a relationship with God that's characterized by trust, faith, and humility. By embracing this mindset, we can experience a more vibrant and fulfilling walk with Him. So the next time you feel like your prayers are just going through the motions, remember Jabez's example of bold yet humble prayer. Ask God to expand your territory, not just physically but spiritually as well. Seek His guidance and empowerment to fulfill His purposes in your life.